20 inches of snow. And still snowing in some locations up north. Man, opening weekend of fishing. I grew up with my dad taking me up there with my uncle up to northern Wisconsin. Not too much of that going on this weekend. A lot of the lakes still snow covered and ice covered, and there's a lot of snow up in the Northwoods. Still seeing some rain showers here, even seeing some heavier downpours now rolling out of Waukegan and going down towards Pleasant Prairie, Twin Lakes, Kenosha area. Everything's moving from southeast now to northwest, kind of wrapping around that low pressure system, getting some areas of dryness, which is good. We need it after some spots getting over an inch of rain over the last 24 hours. But as you can see out in Waukesha, it is still dreary and damp, and the light rain showers continue across the region. The river, well, it's probably rising a little bit after picking up about an inch of rain over the past 24 hours, not like it was 2 weeks ago when we had the 4 to almost 8 inches of rain across the region. The temperature is 45 degrees, the warmest we have been all day. 100% humidity, so there's some fog around, and that's adding to the chill in the air with the dampness. 42 here in Milwaukee, 45 West Bend, also in Whitewater and Kenosha. We're one of the cooler spots, but we are going to expect those temperatures to jump up a degree or two now that the winds have shifted a little bit more to the north. We will kind of cut that lake off just a bit. The water temperature is still only 38 degrees. So if you're going to the Brewer game tonight, no tailgating, unfortunately. 43 after the game, so the temps are going to hold steady. Still a few scattered showers for that walk back to the car. And then for tomorrow's game, we're talking lower 50s with a little bit of sunshine. We'll show you that and the rest of the weekend forecast coming up in just a few.
All right, Brian, thanks. Health officials want to know what's making dozens of kids sick at Ronald Reagan Elementary School in New Berlin. About 70 students have been dealing with stomach problems at the school. They're showing symptoms like vomiting, diarrhea, even abdominal pain. Health officials believe the students could have caught the norovirus.
We're just basing that right off of the symptoms now and just the typical profile of norovirus.
Just to be sure, the department wants those students tested either by their doctor or with kits provided at the school. Results of those tests could be in as early as Monday afternoon.
A gruesome discovery in the Chicago area may be tied to Pleasant Prairie. A dead newborn was found inside a cooler at a recycling plant. That baby was wrapped in a dark towel with his umbilical cord still attached. The trash pickup was traced to Advanced Disposal, which made stops that day in Pleasant Prairie. A somber anniversary in Milwaukee. 11 years ago today, 7-year-old Alexis Patterson disappeared on her way to school. A wreath-laying ceremony was held outside Highmount Boulevard Community School this morning. Sheriff David Clark was there and said his department is still offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to her return. Patterson's family has lived this nightmare for a very long time.
I would like for my granddaughter to come home. So whoever have her, release her. Please, I appreciate it. Let her go. Bring her back to the school or take her to the police department. Let her out. Do something because my family is hurting.
Alexis would be 18 years old now. This is a picture of what police believe she would look like.
Milwaukee police looking for a bank robber on the city's north side. A man robbed the Bank Mutual on Capitol Drive near 81st yesterday afternoon. He gave the teller a note demanding cash and then took off. Contract negotiations are back on at Caterpillar. Talks set to resume on May 8th. Caterpillar workers have been instructed to report to work as normal even without a contract. Union reps shot down a proposed 6-year deal this week. That contract would have frozen wages and increased the cost of health care for workers. Caterpillar also plans to lay off 300 employees.
Today's TMJ4 makes a shocking discovery about reported sexual assaults on the Marquette campus.
Mike Jacobs in the newsroom right now with a story working on for Live at 5.
Actually, he's not there. We're going to handle it here. There's been almost a dozen reported sexual assaults in the last month. Now, tonight, the kind of suspects that students are being told to look out for and the steps they can take to make sure they stay safe on campus. All of that coming up on Live at 5. A major ramp closure could affect your morning commute starting Monday if you use the Marquette Interchange. The ramp from I-794 to southbound I-4394 will close Monday. It's going to stay that way until late August. This is part of a bridge rehabilitation project. Detours will be posted, but expect a traffic mess.
Packers Extra now, a popular board game getting a green and gold makeover. The Packers Hall of Fame introduced a Monopoly-style board game with facts about the team.
Particularly young people will find this interesting because there's a lot to be learned in probably just playing a Monopoly game that's devoted to Packers history.
Proceeds will benefit the Packers Hall of Fame and the Muscular Dystrophy Association. The game available at any Grand Central gas station. The Green Bay Packers 2013 annual meeting of shareholders Wednesday, July 24th, 11 a.m. at Lambeau Field. The meeting will take place rain or shine. Team officials say shareholders will see firsthand how their support has helped make stadium improvements a reality and make that franchise stronger for the future.
More news now. A fast-moving wildfire is forcing evacuations and threatening thousands of homes in Southern California. It is just one of several burning across the state. Stephanie Elam reports.
This came in like that.
High winds, soaring temperatures, and dry brush are giving California's fire season an early start. Wildfires across the state are churning toward homes, keeping hundreds of firefighters busy and residents on edge.
I'll stay until I know that my house is still here.
As long as our family and our dogs are safe, we can get through this.
Fires sprouted up in 4 Southern California counties over the last couple of days. 2 of the fires were contained quickly.
We staffed up several weeks ago. We brought on air tankers earlier, hired seasonal firefighters. What it bodes for us is what the rest of the year is going to be like, and are we going to wear people out? That's the bigger question.
But as firefighters were getting a handle on the Summit fire burning about 25 miles west of Palm Springs, a blaze in Ventura County began to spread quickly on 25-mile-per-hour winds. Erupting between the 101 freeway and the Pacific Ocean north of Malibu, the so-called Springs fire charred about 6,500 acres in just 5 hours.
Now we're getting those hot, long days, winds, and the low humidities, and this stuff is just ripe and ready to burn.
It's the number of active fires, including 3 burning in Northern California, that's making this outbreak unusual.
We don't see this type of activity usually till August, September.
In the wake of the Summit fire, one man is dealing with immeasurable loss. His mother, who bought this home in 1973, passed away just 1 month ago.
Thank God I wasn't in the house when it happened. Thank God I was able to get my dog out, and my mom was watching over me, and so are the neighbors that are around.
It's a dangerous time of year in California.
It really is.
The site of tragedy where so many young children lost their lives. Now school officials talking about the future of Sandy Hook Elementary.
And we might think we have it bad here when you're talking about the weather. Southeastern Wisconsin has nothing on our friends up in Eau Claire. We're going to show you their spring snowmageddon.
As we look at Port Washington.
Much better than that Eau Claire video.
No snow here. We'll be back.
Buy one room, get your second free. Plus, get up to $500 off.
877-241 Luna.
When we first met Eric, we knew right away that he was as unique as the Children's Miracle Network hospitals that have treated him since he was born. With the generous support of our customers and employees, Speedway has donated more than $50 million to support local children's hospitals.
Right here in the communities we serve.
And all during the month of May,
a portion of every Speedy Freeze or fountain drink sale at Speedway goes directly to Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
From all of us at Speedway and all the kids you're helping,
we like to say thanks.
The convenience stores of Speedway.
Experience the Comfort Sleeper difference, now on sale at Hanson Interiors.
Saturday.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
Act 1 of the saga begins. The pursuit of the Triple Crown starts with the Kentucky Derby. Saturday, 4 Eastern on NBC.
Starting this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, The Voice goes live.
It's go time.
The top 16 face off in the live playoffs.
Gotta make it count. It's about to go down.
NBC's The Voice Live Playoffs, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8, 7 Central.
For your money this afternoon, let's do the numbers. The Dow didn't close over 15,000, but it hung out there for quite a while today. Up 142 points. The Nasdaq up 38. S&P 500, yet another record, 16 points higher on the trading day. Police claim a man who killed himself inside a Houston airport terminal wanted to commit suicide by cop. The man fired a shot into the ceiling at Bush Intercontinental Airport yesterday afternoon. A Homeland Security agent fired back, injuring the man, who then killed himself. According to a suicide note, investigators don't think he had planned to hurt anyone else.
There is a showdown taking place in Houston. Tens of thousands of gun enthusiasts are gathering for the NRA's annual meeting. They were greeted by protesters pushing for stricter gun control laws. There is heavy police presence in downtown Houston right now. The event runs through the weekend, wrapping up Sunday with a Fight Back rally and concert headlined by gun enthusiast Ted Nugent. Families of those killed at Sandy Hook Elementary are speaking out on plans to reopen the school. A task force will meet tonight. One option is to tear the school down and rebuild on the same land or further down the road. Another possibility, to keep the school standing and renovate. That's what was done with Columbine High School 14 years ago. Students have been bused to school in a neighboring town since the December shooting.
All right, no complaining, folks. Parts of northwestern Wisconsin are digging out after a massive May snowstorm. We're not talking about a dusting. They're dealing with a lot of snow. So much of it, so fast, roads are clogged. School is canceled in May in places like Menominee. The snow on the ground, not even the worst of it.
And the trees get heavy. They tip over. And this one tipped over on my house. Never seen anything like this before.
Over near Rock Falls, the storm even took down a barn built before the turn of the century.
Storm Team 4 weather now. Loving the rain after I'm looking at that video.
Yeah.
No complaints.
Nope.
Nope, cold rain,
Brian
fine,
Goddard,
whatever.
this is the day you are off the hook. No matter how miserable it is, you're clear.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Just because it's worse somewhere else, I'm guessing that's why?
That worse.
And it's still snowing in some locations. And on top of that, some areas now in northwestern Wisconsin, pretty much Highway 29 north, we're starting to see a little bit of some rain as well, and could see some freezing rain tonight. So not only do they have all this snow on the ground and in the trees on these rooftops, now it's going to rain on top of that, add even more weight. So there are all kinds of problems in the northwestern and western part of the state with power outages, trees down as you just saw, and it could get even worse with the adding of the rainfall. Now, as you can see, the heaviest now is to the west of us, and that's the way the weekend is going to shape up. We still have a chance for tomorrow, but a 25% chance in the afternoon hours, and then throughout the day it gets a better chance in the inland areas, whereas the lakefront clears out thanks in part to an easterly breeze. Speaking of all the snow, the heaviest May snowfall in state history now, going back to the mid-1800s, 18 inches of snow in Hayward. I'm sure there was times well before then they had even more snow than that. We were covered by a glacier at one time. Rice Lake at 17, Ashland at 16.5 inches of snow, Rochester, Minnesota at 15, Spooner at 10 inches, Rice Lake, I should say River Falls and Hudson at 9 inches of snow. And it goes all the way down into Iowa as well. This was just a powerful storm system. And to be honest with you, there were suburbs in my neighborhood in Grafton. We dropped down to 36 last night. We were literally 2 to 3 degrees away from making this look like northwestern Wisconsin with the heavy rainfall we've had. Anywhere from about a ½ inch of rain from Port Washington to 3/4 of an inch of rain in Fond du Lac and West Bend to over an inch in Waukesha out towards Watertown. This would have been a good 6 to 13 inches of snow if just a few degrees colder. Lesser amounts along the water as that easterly wind kind of pushing those showers just far enough inland. The showers, as I mentioned earlier, will set up a little bit more westerly tomorrow like they're already doing now. So that pattern is already starting to go into place. The heaviest rains will be west. Not expecting much in the way of snow up north tomorrow after some freezing rain, though, overnight tonight. Good news, it gets even nicer for Sunday. There's a lot going on this weekend. There's confirmations, there's first communions, there's proms, weddings, of course, as always. A lot of pressure for tomorrow, but it doesn't look like to be a washout like today, and it looks to be a little bit better. Next week, though, looks to be absolutely phenomenal. Cloudy skies around Milwaukee. You can see Wisconsin Avenue is damp. Still some drizzle and light rain across the region. Only 42 degrees. That's, 43 degrees colder than it was just a few days ago. It's just not right. If you're visiting, welcome. This is what we like. The crazy roller coaster that we call spring in Wisconsin. 46 in Fond du Lac, 44 Lake Geneva, 45 in Kenosha. And I say that because I have a lot of relatives that just got here this afternoon from Florida. They're probably saying, can we book a flight to go back to Florida? You're staying here all week. Highs tomorrow will be in the 60s inland. I think my Florida relatives will be going out towards Watertown tomorrow to warm up. We'll be in the lower 50s along the lakefront in the afternoon. 42 tonight with the scattered rain showers tapering off after midnight tonight. Tomorrow, just an isolated threat of a shower. 53 here in Milwaukee, 60s inland. That cooler at the lake is kicking into effect. It'll be even nicer on Sunday, 58 Milwaukee before the cooler lake breeze kicks in, near 70 inland. And then look at next week, plenty of sunshine and warming up close to 70 for Wednesday and Thursday. Goddard household is full. I'm looking to stay anywhere else. It's Allie's first communion tomorrow, so I'm looking for anybody to take me in.
And to Goddard's family, at least your hospitality is warm. Thank you, Brian.
It is time now for Ask the Expert. Nearly 20,000 people visited an ER in 2010 after taking a popular sleep drug.
Joining us live to talk about this afternoon, Dr. Jacqueline Pakel from the Medical College of Wisconsin. We are talking about the